Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. I think hopefully, yeah, I got the message here that I'm alive. Hopefully this is going to be better sound. Just turn the volume down. Okay, I'll just get settled in so people can sort of come in and hopefully, even my coffee. Righto. Just get things organised here. Right. Okay. Right, looks like I'm actually live now. Okay, for those of you that, well, okay, let's start again. For those of you that hooked in about 3 hours ago, I attempted this. Well, I did this, and please let me know. Just someone comment. Let me know if the microphone's okay. Can you hear me? That'd be great. Yeah. So, okay. So I gave this a go. I'm not sure if I've got this right. Just bear with me. Yeah, okay, people coming on board now. Okay, right. So I gave this a go 2 hours ago, and my battery ran out, and it didn't save anything. It didn't record it onto YouTube. So we use it as a dress rehearsal, and we'll be going through this now. I'll just make sure I get full screen on this. Live chat. Okay. Just making sure. Can someone who's on just do a chat quickly? Just let me know if it's actually working. Just do some sort of message. It'd be great. Just double checking this. Okay, right, okay. Let's start again. So yeah, I started this about 2 hours ago. We had a good chat with a group of the guys that are on. Probably a lot of you guys won't bother come back on because you've actually already watched it, but we're going to go through some of the stuff about these two boards and talk about which one should you choose, which one is better for you. I'm going to talk a lot slower obviously now because, oh, here we go, the chats are coming in, sorry. Hey Vladimir, nice to have you on the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, Kyle back again. I've got the comments. Thanks guys. Thanks for being patient last time. I've only done 2 of these live feeds, and to be honest, super hot BM. Thank you. It's working. Yes, all good. Fantastic. Cheers from Bulgaria. What's up, Kyle? Right. Okay. Now I was talking fast last time because I only had 25% battery, and I knew it was going to die. Is the volume okay? Not too loud? Is it okay? I can put the microphone on the table if that's better. It just depends. Hey, Tim. Tim's back. All good. Fantastic. Yep. Okay. Right. So, first of all, date stamp. It is, hey Google, what's the date?
It is Wednesday, the 15th of April, 2020.
Yeah, it's my 15th coffee for the day, so it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so I'm just sort of going on hyperdrive. The things you do as a YouTuber, heck, you know, seriously, it's crazy. Okay, so date stamp, 15th of April, it's 1:41 a.m. in the morning in Sydney, Australia right now. Carl, would I go for the BlackHawk and the range and flex? I'm going to go through everything now. I'm going to take my time. So if you're a bit bored, make a cup of coffee, come back. I'm going to go through everything with you on these two boards. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, guys, is because there's been a lot of chatting on my channel, a lot of comments, which one should I get? And look, these are the two big boys, in my opinion, coming out of China at the moment. Like, yeah, you got the Mepos, you got the Backfires, you got the X-Ways. You've got a lot of good boards coming out of China, but I am very selective on what I choose. My background's electrical fitter mechanic engineer. I know these things backwards. I analyse them a lot. I have ridden some of those other boards. You'll notice some companies don't get a look in on my channel at all, and we won't name them, but you obviously know who they are. I've got a rubberized thing on here that reminds me not to buy one. It's a free gift from one. I must remember, it's like the husband has the wife and kids on the desk, the photo, they reminds them not to go home, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Okay, so we digress. These two boards I think are the best bang for buck, performance value, componentry is excellent, and they are one of the best boards coming out of China. These two boards going to China at the moment for sure, definitely. I'm very impressed with the Seeker board. That is the one I just reviewed a little while ago, and that is phenomenally powerful. Like, that is a beast. That's more quicker and faster than these two, and I don't know how they did those hub motors at Seeker, but they are extraordinary. But there was an issue with the factories and the coronavirus and all the stuff happening over in China, so Eason couldn't get them out. I put a post on the channel, but for now he's back on running, he's working, the factories are getting all their stuff, and I'll go through his comments now, guys, and it's working. So the Seeker board will do the hill climb test this week. Well, I think that'll go pretty high on that leaderboard. It'll probably go up near the top. So will the BlackHawk. We know what the Verreal does, 31 kilometers per hour, the same speed as the Evolve. Now, someone did say, oh, but you're doing different gearing on the Evolve. You've got the 105 flywheels against the 90mm boosted unbranded. But at the end of the day, they've both got the same gearing to that dude. You both got the same, you got a 10mm difference in the urethane. It ain't going to make a lot of difference. In terms of the bigger flywheel, get more speed, therefore you're going to get a lot more, once you get that momentum up, you get a lot more speed. So I think it's sort of like pretty much 6 or 1/2 dozen the other. So I'm pretty happy with the 31 kilometers an hour with that against the boosted V2, and we'll see what this can do. So, okay, let's go through some comments now. Okay, right, BlackHawk with Cloudwheels if possible. Yes, you can get the BlackHawk will work with Cloudwheels. We've got to work out, obviously, the gearing stuff that's going to come on. I'm going to look at that gearing. I'm getting gearing for the boost. Getting the gearing for the Verreal, which will fit the Cloudwheels. But I'll talk to you about what's happening with the Cloudwheels for the actual BlackHawk. It will work. Okay. BlackHawk Cloud. Yes, BlackHawk with pneumatic tires, wheels. Okay. Kyle's saying that, yeah, BlackHawk with the clouds or pneumatic will work. Okay, because he's got, and Kyle's pretty all over this in terms of these modifications on the actual wheels. So I'm trusting very much that advice there. Personally, I don't know why you'd want to go Cloudwheels on this. This particular board is incredible with its, this wheel is the best urban terrain, train tracks, cobblestones, paving. It is brilliant. It's not your off-road. This is not the tire to be used if you're an off-road dude and you want to really hit the gravel and you want to hit on outback sort of grass area. This is not the kind of wheel for you, but I'll go into that in a little while. Let's talk about the two boards. Okay, power-wise, they're both performing with the same grunt. Pretty much, you got the 3,000 watt motors on the Verreal coming from the same factory that Evolve actually, that supply Evolve. I know that for a fact. So is the Veststarboard. Now, this company does a lot of motors. This is the 6368s. These are the big boys. I don't know why Evolve, I don't know why Jeff went for the same size motor. I've got the Evolve limited edition 1 upstairs. It's a nice board, I love it, but those motors get hot. They get bloody hot. 60 degrees after 10 minutes of riding. And that little motor does stress out. I'm an electrical fitter mechanic. I know how windings go. I pull motors apart in the military. I've done everything. I understand how that when you get hot like that, up to 67 degrees, it's okay. Getting that temperature all the time, it can damage the magnets and damage the coils, and you really don't want that. These motors, I've tested them. They do not go over 28 Celsius degrees pretty much on a good run. So, you're not going to, these don't get hot, they're just warm to touch. The BlackHawk did 43 kilometer range when I got the long range on it. They were only warm. It was night time, but it was 24 degrees Celsius here, and they were only warm. They weren't even hot. The Verreal, it doesn't even get warm. They're pretty much the same. They're very whisper quiet. They're nothing like an Evolve, that winding noise you get. This is a very quiet, beautiful feel when you ride this. This is the essence of electric skateboard, where you don't hear any sound and you're being propelled like motionless and not motionless, silentness, and you're just getting that feel of just incredible electric, movement, opposed to the screaming sound of belts and that sort of stuff. So I really love that aspect of these boards, right? Yeah, I agree. I think that leaving the wheels on the BlackHawk is what you should be doing, because this is just a perfect design board. This carves like crazy. These trucks at the front of the actual Veststarboard are a little bit thinner than the Verreal. The Verreal a bit more chunky, a bit more heavy. So if you're a heavy, bigger guy, you're over 110 kilos, maybe the Verreal will be a better option with those trucks because they're just a little bit heavier. The Verreal is a bit more robust at the front, but then it doesn't carve as well. It doesn't sort of turn on a dime. The BlackHawk, when you first get it, you'll go, holy shit, this thing is so loose. But when you get into it, that complete centrifugal feel is just addictive. It's like surfing or it's not snowboarding. Snowboarding is a slide. This is more of a carve, like a surfboard, or it's just got an amazing feel, and it really blows my Evolve away in terms. And now Evolve's carve really well. Don't get me wrong. That one I've got upstairs, the limited edition, is a beautiful board, but this just is another level, right? The 4,000 watt motors gives you a bit more grunt. The 17 amp hour battery 35E is the best non-drain. It's the best no sag. I mean, you can ride this thing and go and go and go, and it just won't sag until the last 100 meters, and it goes. So none of this eco mode like Evolve, whacking you into eco mode and you have to then get out of it, and that forced functionality that I hate, right? So that's one thing I don't like at all. Just for some of the comments here. Yeah, leave the wheels alone, that's good. Thanks for the feedback. Wheels on the BlackHawk also sound friction, fun to road roads. Yeah, with the BlackHawk, you can actually slide them. You can actually slide them as well as they grip. So this is the future, guys. The future is the honeycomb. And I've been saying that for a while. I'm a big fan of pneumatic air, but at the end of the day, taking the pump out, the tube, having to check your air tires. There was 4 tacks the other day in this. Someone's throwing tacks on the road. Can you friggin' believe that? So I pulled a tack out of one of these on each wheel. If that was my pneumatic air tire, I'd be having to walk home or change a tire. I don't want to change a tire. I don't change tires, right? This is so refreshing. And the new Mercedes coming out, the new Mercedes-Benz, as well as the Rolls-Royce Maybach, they're all got the foam, pretty much a bit like the Cloudwheels we'll talk about in a second, that foam core. So airless tires in probably 10 years will be gone. It'll all be sort of like foam-filled solid tires is the future for sure. So I'm loving this. And when you ride one of these, it's a different feel to a pneumatic tire. Pneumatic sort of goes into a corner and grips and sort of bounces. This thing just can slide in, and you got that grip. It grips, but it also slides, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's what it does. The wheels on the Verreal is a boosted wheel. Look, I can squeeze them now. I can squeeze them right in. They're an incredible soft wheel, spongy. They're beautiful to ride. They go over corrugated concrete like nothing, like an all-terrain. I was blown away with that. I did not realize that wheel was that good. I'm used to normal urethanes. I'm used to the flywheels, 107 ABEC, but this is another feel. It's something you could get away with this without having to have all-terrains if you were in an area that wasn't super rough, right? But now the good news is that Vic is bringing out, I'll get to the comments now, I'm just going to run a few more things. Vic is bringing out the all-terrain wheel. It'll be a honeycomb. It'll be a, I think colours are yellow, red, blue, green, and they're going to come out very soon. I've seen him ride the yellow ones. They are going really well. They're a different, a little bit different wheel to the BlackHawk, and very well different to the original SUV, the blue wheel, which I love that board. It still is one of my favourite boards to ride. It screams, which I do like certain boards for certain conditions, so you can get crowds out the way, they can hear you coming, and they're bouncing like rubber, those big SUV tyres on the Veststarboard SUV. But the range was pretty average on that, unfortunately, so this has the big range. The Vic's also bringing out a 19 amp hour battery on this, and it's going to be Tesla cells, so you're going to have a ridiculous range. Now this is getting 43 kilometer range. This is getting, well, I'm going to do it on Friday, but this will probably get, I'd say with a 12.8 amp hour Panasonic, you're going to get around about 30, my weight 95 kilos, 35 to 40 kilometer range, which is not bad. Whacking the 19 amp hour battery upgrade you're going to get about 60 kilometre range. Remember, I got 47 kilometre range on the Vestar Night Fury, and that was hammering the whole way. So there's no doubt about it. These batteries are just lifting their game. They're getting better and better. I mean, Evolve have really got to lift their game, because there's no way Evolve are getting, I don't care what people are saying, the Evolve fanboys. I'm an Evolve rider, but you don't get that. Okay, Dave, nice to see you online. First, welcome to USA. I think in America it's about, what, 8 a.m. in the morning. In California, and I think Europe it's 4 in the afternoon. Dave, hey Andrew, I use Evolve AT wheels for my Verreal. Okay, Dave's saying you can use the Evolve AT wheels for the Verreal. Very smooth ride. You can do that, the gearing will work. I'm actually going to do something pretty cool next week. I'm putting on my Tramper pneumatic tyres on that Verreal. It looks fucking sexy. It just looks really sort of crimson, sort of Iron Man suit, sort of white DuPont rims with that beautiful unidirectional Tramper wheel. That will look unique and sexy on this. To get that kit from Tramper's around about 400 Australian dollars. That's the rims, the tubes, and the actual tyres themselves. And that, it's a 6-inch, which works well, and it's a great look. So if you want to do that, I'll be putting that on, doing that customized hack modification on the Verreal, but not till I do the Cloudwheels, which we'll talk about in a second. And then I'll do the range test on the Cloudwheels, and we'll go through some issues with the Cloudwheels in a minute. The big elephant in the room, I'll talk to you about that in a second. So yeah, so great, Dave. So you can put the Evolve. That's awesome. I wish they did a honeycomb with the 74A. Yeah, look, this is grippy enough. I think, Kyle, you'll find this is pretty down, or you know, this is pretty grippy. Amadel, waiting for X-Way Bamboo Carbon. They will be a game changer. Look, yeah, to be honest, X-Way are a very good company. I mean, one of the owners is part of Hobbywing. That's basically how it works. They're all multi-millionaires. So Hobbywing have given the best speed controller to X-Way because they're in bed. They're all in the same directors, they're sitting on the same board. It is a nice board. The Bamboo Carbon, I'm not a big fan of carbon. I like wood. I like the stiff feel. I'm a surfer, so I really do like to feel that board push from under me. I don't like a flex. Never been a big fan of the boosted Vanguard. I do not like that flex. I mean, if you want that bouncy trampoline feeling, great. But, you know, I like to feel that bite and push into the board like a surfboard. Surfboards don't flex. I'm used to riding a surfboard. That was my primary sport, and this was only a couple of years later. So 47 years skateboard riding and 45 surfing. So I have done this all my life, and I do prefer this feel, but that's just my personal opinion, which I do like. USA $, nice to meet you, thanks, welcome aboard. I want the thickness around the bolt holes and the battery cover of the BlackHawk to be thicker. Plastic in the front bolt cracked was treated with, oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so USA $ saying that the BlackHawk, the front hole cracked, treated with strong bond. Look, the trucks are slightly thinner on the front of the, they are slightly smaller, not as wide. They're a 10-inch wide. These are 12 inches on the Vestar. I think the Vestar has a bit more of a solid, they're all beautifully made. They're solid, you know, they're solidly forged. But I think it depends how heavy you were. Even over 110 kilos, 110 kilos, I'm now 95 kilos, I probably recommend maybe go for the Verreal because it is a bit more sturdy, that truck system. That's the only probably Achilles heel with the BlackHawk, that the trucks are thinner gauge. Having said that, I'm big, I'm 95 kilos, I'm smashing this, and there's not one bend. I check it out, fine tooth comb all the time. So far it's really not a problem at all. This is not a paid commercial. Okay, I'll just explain this guy. I'm actually a reviewer. I've been doing this for 4.5 years. I had a channel before that, so I'm on YouTube for 6 years, but the other electric skateboard review channel I had didn't do very well. I was borrowing boards of guys in Manly and I wasn't getting views. I was just expecting too much. I didn't realize that the YouTube thing is a vicious animal, and you got to just keep going and going until you build subscribers and trust. So this is not a pay. I do not get paid. I receive the boards for free. I keep them. I'm not arguing about that, but I will get rid of them and sell them if I don't like them, or I'll give them away. Normally I give them away. I keep all my boards. I've got every board I've reviewed upstairs. That's 22, because I just passionately love what I research, and believe me, I research this before I get them. I'm approached by a lot of companies. I've knocked back MIPA, I've knocked a lot of companies back that I don't believe the quality is there, personally. And I'm not going to waste my time reviewing rubbish, because I'm not here to not recommend a board and find faults and be really cool. I'm here to actually recommend a board. That's it. Like a Savile Row suit in London from a tailor, I fit the board to fit you. This is the right place, the Thinking Person's channel reviews, to get the right board, okay? That's why I got to sleep at night. I can't take any shit in my head knowing that I've reviewed something and given a positive if it's not good. So no, it's not a paid review. Kamiru, nice to meet you. Japan, I would say, possibly. Nice to see you. Who's coming else on board? Look, this is a great turnout tonight. We had another bunch of guys that probably have done all this and seen it, but so yeah, so summing up just on these two boards, if you want an all-terrain now, if you want an all-terrain straight away, I'd go the BlackHawk. If you're under 110 kilos, go the BlackHawk. If you're a heavier, bigger guy, maybe the Verreal, because the all-terrain wheels are coming in. They're going to be honeycomb, as well as they're going to also be pneumatic. The motors are pretty much the same. Yeah, 4,000 watts against 3,000 watts, but really the amperage of this ESC will only supply enough current on the 10S4 pack to supply really the 1,500 watts, if that. So you got a bit more extra grunt there, but it's not being used because the batteries can't supply it. But yeah, it's nice to have the 4,000 watts there anyway. They both feel the same. They don't get hot. The Evolves get very hot motors. I don't know why Jeff went for the small motor. Should have gone for 6.3, 6.8. Crazy. They had a chance to really jump, and they didn't do anything performance-wise on the boards. Not here to Evolve. I love Evolve, but they just could have gone another level with performance, another level with motors, another level with batteries, and gone away from the 18650s, which are okay for range, but they just don't have that punch or that bite. And I'm preferring to ride this than my Evolve, which is a beautiful board, I might add. I know off topic what you say. Try yes. Oh yeah, unicycle. Well, look, I'm a surfer skater. I love riding boards. I'm not into the unicycles, but they're awesome. I've got a lot of good friends in the Sydney group that ride them. Alan and the whole lot of boys, David, that are really ripping on these boards, on these these unicycles, but it's not my bag. I just don't do that. I'm not even into the one wheels. I just don't. Being a surfer, I just prefer a board, and that's how it works. But they are good value. That's the next big thing, I think. Okay, now let's talk about let's talk about the price range. There is difference in price range. By the time you go for the Verreal and you upgrade to the same battery, you upgrade to the all-terrain wheels or whatever, it's going to be probably in the same ballpark. So it's really not saving any money. You're getting a cheaper board because you're getting a smaller battery, etc. So it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. Look, to be honest, if you flip a coin, it wouldn't matter. You still go off. You'll be so happy with these boards. These are a really high component build. They are really well made. Verreal, Vic Duan, the director, I've got a direct, WeChat to him. He's so efficient, so on the ball, so dedicated. Emily and Frank, husband and wife directors, they again are on WeChat, they're direct. These guys are absolutely safe, and they are really, really highly respected and professional and efficient owners of businesses. You're buying like from an Evolve version of China. Even Evolve don't service their stuff that well. I've got to stop. I'm not even going to Evolve. I love Evolve, but I'm just saying you're not always going to find the perfect customer service, but these are incredible. Now, the latest news, this is why my channel is kind of good. I'm close to what's going on in China because I taught them. As a reviewer, I do have access to them, which is really good. Emily just said that they're waiting on all-terrain wheels. They've run out. They're coming on, I think, Thursday. 2 days they're getting about 70 or 80 all-terrain wheels. That's the honeycomb and the rims. They're also out of ESCs for another 2 or 3 days. They're all being arrived. A massive shipments coming. So that's why there's a slight delay. If you've ordered a BlackHawk and you're waiting, it's all assembled except for the ESC and the wheels, and it'll be shipped. So that's that. Vic's got them all ready to go. There's no problem there. He's working on the all-terrains. And the new thing for Vic is he's bringing out a wheel, and I can't tell you too much about it. I want to, but it's sort of top secret, as he's told me, and I'm helping give him some names for this wheel. It's crazy. I've been thinking some really stupid names, but the point is, they're going to be like a wheel with a light. Well, anyway, it's going to be amazing. So it'll come standard probably, and these boosters may not be on the Verreal Street setup when you get it. if you get the 2-in-1, you might get this other bonus wheel, which is worth a lot more. It's got its own centrifugal energy light source. It's very, very impressive. 12mm belts on here, looks like, well, 14, slightly smaller on the BlackHawk there, going to be 10mm, 14, 10. Look, you know, they both perform incredibly. They both whisper quiet. They both do their job. It's very unstated. They just do their job well. So, if you want to know which one to get, it's about really, do you want the aesthetics of the Evolve kind of bamboo look, which, by the way, this is not a poor man's bamboo GT. This is actually better than the bamboo GT, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. From the wheels, the booster wheels, which are the official unbranded, they're super soft. You've got the better motors, the bigger belts. You've got a better battery system. You've got the deck is super thick, it's 10-ply. It is actually a chunky looking thing when you look at it. I love that Okanui Hawaiian look. It's actually better than the Cherry Blossom GT bamboo one. The BlackHawk is just beautiful. It just is a pristine build, and it comes to laughing and smiling while you're riding. This thing carves, you just can't stop laughing because that centrifugal carve of it is just addictive. It's really good. So that's the difference. Price range, if you haven't got the money, go for the Verreal. If you've got the money, maybe go for the BlackHawk, or upgrade the Verreal to the same price. So hope that helps. I hope that helps. I mean, that. Now I'm going to go through the questions and see what people are asking, because there's obviously stuff you want to ask about. Disadvantage of the BlackHawk is tension adjustment of the belts due to the cable direction of the motor, difficult to pull forward. And there was a few that were very difficult. I know the backfire was extremely hard to do, and some of them were spring loaded. I haven't adjusted these yet, so thanks to that feedback. To be honest, belts shouldn't stretch. They shouldn't stretch. I haven't adjusted my Evolves at all. If you ride it properly and you don't, slide a lot, they shouldn't stretch. And the belt quality of the HD USA, belts are so good that you shouldn't have to adjust them. If you are adjusting, it means your motors are loose on those screws. I don't think that's a really big issue. I haven't touched this, and I've ridden this for 300 Ks. Haven't touched. The belts are still the same tension. But yeah, good point. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. It's really good. AE $. To pull as far forward as possible, you have to turn the cable direction of the motor mount. And again, this, I think, the perfection of the BlackHawk. Okay. Right, yeah, okay, so yeah, the adjustments on the BlackHawk is saying is actually quite good now, so I haven't done that yet, but I'm trusting that is a really good bit of feedback. So perfection on the BlackHawk's good, he said it's good, so thanks UA $, thank you so much, great feedback. Cobrab, good morning from Los Angeles. Yeah, I know it's 7:30 a.m. You guys are either off to work or not working or self-isolating, whatever you're doing. Just keep safe. This is friggin' dangerous. This is like the dawn of the dead of the dawn, the day of the dead dawn. This is like some horror movie we're all in, and for me it's Groundhog Day. I just do the same thing every day. I live here, mate. I just kind of don't go anyway, except for my reviews. Okay, so good morning, Australia. Good time to buy BlackHawk, or wait till the next generation come out. Timeline. Okay, what's happening at the moment? BlackHawk are just going through the roof. She's got 40 orders this week, I think, or something like that from worldwide. Just word spreading how good this board is. So they're really not going to change that in the hurry. And just yet, I don't think there's not any sort of great ideas. The battery system on this is pretty epic at 630 watt hour, 43 kilometer range with these wheels is astounding. That'll nail any night ride or group ride. You don't want to ride much more than that anyway. So yeah, I'd just get it. Look, the price difference is a bit different for these two, so it is a bit more, but like I said, when you add the same level of battery and the stuff, it's going to be at the same price. No, I would probably grab it. I don't know. Look, you're in America, US dollar, you're laughing. We in Australia are getting smashed by the 59 cents on the dollar. Is it that 59, maybe even 57, it's even 55, it's just a joke. This becomes up Evolve territory. We buy this in Australia, we're looking at about 2,000. It's $300 difference, and it's better. It's bigger motors, longer bit of range, better wheels. I mean, it just is better. I'm sorry, it is, and I own an Evolve, and love Evolve. Full tilt, bring pneumatics too. Yes, okay, so they're bringing pneumatics out as well. A normal use, how the BlackHawk would last, okay, in miles. How long will it last? This BlackHawk I've smashed. It's just still purring like a kitten. No problem at all. I'm 100 kilos nearly. If you look after electric skateboard, they will last and last. The most important aspect, we'll talk about in a little while, is the battery maintenance and how you look after a battery. That is the crucial thing. Most of the components in here are not that expensive. The battery is the big thing. It's like $600. It's like super expensive. The way you look after a battery is not like electric drill. It's not like a toothbrush and leave it on the charger and all that kind of crap. You have to make sure you bring it down and to below 50%, ride it down to low, and then when you charge it up, if you're not going to ride it for 2 weeks, you charge up to 60%. This is very special electrical. I'm a electrical fitter mechanic and engineer. This is what, also I've been talking to Zill from Zill Boards, who's a battery exponent aficionado genius. You bring it up to 60%, like they do with the DJI drones. They automatically have that, and the new X-Way have that to bring it down to a certain level. You bring it up, not down to 60%, keep it there, and you can leave it for 6 months, no problem. My batteries are all going. My Cloudwheels are still running like brand new, and they're great little boards. They're just cruising beautifully, fully holding their charge, getting a 35-kilometer range. That's how you look after your battery. If you're going to ride it regularly, charge down, discharge down. Don't ride it right down to dead if you can help it. It doesn't hurt it, but you're best off just keeping it around 10% and back up again. Batteries are important. That's the first thing. So yes, to your question, that'll last for ages. You'll get 3 years out of this. Easy if you look after it. There's no question. I've got 4-year-old Cloudwheels there, so a lot more technology under the bonnet here than a Cloudwheel. No disrespect to Cloudwheel, they did a great job. Same question about the battery, Verreal, new 14-amp battery. What would be the range? Okay, I'm doing the range test on the Verreal Friday. I'm hoping to get on the 12.8 amp hour, I'm hoping to get about 35-kilometer range, as I said before. I should get that. On a 14 amp hour, holy shit, I think you'll probably get, with these street wheels, with these boosters, you're going to get probably as much as the BlackHawk, 45 to 47 kilometer range if you're 90 kilos. That's what I'd say for sure. With the all-terrains, with the VIX honeycombs on those, you'll probably get the same as this. No, you wouldn't get that. You get probably 38 on that, on the 12 amp hour, 0.8 on the all-terrain honeycomb. Does that make sense? Okay. That's what I'd be predicting. I'm pretty spot on with this. Don't know if you're nearly included. Oh, remote the sensor. Okay. Motor stalling pops up. Have you ever had that? No, I've never had motor stalling. Is that on the UA dollar sign? Is that on the BlackHawk? Yeah, it is. Looks like BlackHawk. Yeah. No, I haven't had it. Look, to be honest, it's a bit of a secret information. That's why this channel is so good. This is what I'm talking to you today. Is so critical. When I got the BlackHawk with the original remote, okay, not the OLED one, I found it a little bit more bitey. I found it a little bit more quick. And I think, no disrespect, but I think that OLED does drop 5% on performance in terms of top range and maybe a bite. We tested it, Scott and I, we both did it. So look, my advice, and I can see I've got it here, I'm using the original remote on the BlackHawk, and just get one, just buy one. It's a backup remote in case you lose. I've lost 2 remotes up there somewhere, I've got to find them. Wish they had just a little, my sticker bloody tile on them. You get one and try it for yourself. It's good to have a backup remote anyway, but you do get a bit more bite, a bit more power, a bit more torque with the old remote. That's what I found. So yeah, I've used as you can see, I've used the BlackHawk OLED, oh God, I hate that, OLED on the Verreal, which is the same hobby wing, because it gets better braking, would you believe, a little bit more bitey and tighter braking, and the same power, you don't lose anything. So that's what I did, swap them. So that's something really good to know. Full tilt 64C. Okay, so you're happy with the BlackHawk? Well, yeah, the testimonies are going through the roof. The more group rides people have, the more people see this, more people ride these. Why would you pay more? Why would you pay for a boosted, stealth? Why would you pay for an Evolve GTR or a Carbon? God, Carbon, it's all very exciting, but really, you can't beat wood. That's the essence of, that's the whole spirit of skateboarding. It's wood, it's decks, it's, it's that whole, the 60s style surfy boot, bushy hair, blonde, it's just, Carbon's all very well, but if you want the full face helmets, you want to go to you know, want to go fast and do all that kind of stuff. I totally respect that, but that's not where I am, and I'm coming from a surf beach culture background, and I like cruise style, that kind of stuff. So I love a timber deck. I love this feel. So that's that there. Thanks for the feedback and thoughts on the boutique boards of Fab. Yeah, Fabby's got a board coming out. Look, he's got a few boards. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's a skater, not a surfer. He's also a dude that's a shortboard skater, flicker, like Ronnie. These guys are different to what I do. I'm an older guy, but also I like style, I like cruising, I like performance, I like transportation, I like reliability, I like good components, and, you know, just a sophisticated build. That's why I picked the boards. These boards I picked that I get for myself, and then I help you guys by saying, yeah, they're the go, or they're not the go, right? I want the old remote anyway. Yeah, get the old remote. They're all, look, get 2 of them, and you can play yourself and see for yourself. And if you get a Verreal as well, you can just do what I do. You know, you can't have enough boards, to be honest. Check with the boss, the wife, the girlfriend, whatever, but you really can't have enough. A quiver of boards. I went to my mechanic last week and I used my big SUV blue wheel, you know, that one. It's only got a 16, 18 kilometer range, but it's like bouncing on rubber, on big, you know, donuts. It's just incredible to ride. This is a different feel. This is performance slide. You can really get nice carb. This is just speed and just power and sophistication. So every board has its own reason. I get the leaf board out when I go to my ex-girlfriend's house. I just do all this kind of stuff where each board has its own merit, and I love my Boosted Mini. I ride that. That's a clanky, rattly, heavy thing like a big tank, you know. After riding these, the Boosted feels like, you know, it's still sophisticated, beautiful. It's a beautiful build, centrifugal, limited slip. The build on that Boosted is insane, but it is heavy and chunky and bouncy. And then you got, you know, I've got all kinds of boards, but at the end of the day, you do find your favorite, like we favorite, whatever, you know, you just end up liking it. Okay, narrow angle also turns sufficiently beautiful. Okay. Yeah, the OLED remote is good to see. It's bright, you can see it at night, but like I said, you do suffer. I felt a little bit reduced on the power and the torque, the top speed a little bit. If you didn't notice it and you got that package straight away, which you do, you wouldn't have any idea. You'd never know. It's only when you actually have had that and you put it side by side that you know that. Now, let's move on. So hopefully I've covered which board performs, what's the deal, what you should do. Really, flip a coin, you could sort of go either way. It really doesn't matter. They're both beautiful, but you know, the Verreal is an incredibly good bang for buck. I mean, I told Vic he's gone in way too cheap. I said, you know, I shouldn't be saying that, but he did. He went in ridiculously, and this is incredible. Both these boards are $2,000 boards, Australian dollars. Yeah, they're up there with Evolve for sure. I mean, Evolve's a gorgeous build, it's a nice design, but they haven't gone for any more performance improvements. Same motors, 18650s, and same remote except for, you know, Bluetooth. I mean, look, you know, they could have grabbed the ball and really ran with it, but they chose to just sort of, you know, go up a little increment. Okay, so now let's let's talk about the Cloudwheels, all right? I've got the Cloudwheels. Thank you to Yuri. Yes, I got them for free, I'm being totally honest, but you know, I was going to buy them anyway. But I've heard a few stories, and we might just talk about the white elephant in the room. There's been some problems with the cores cracking apparently on the inside where the bearings go, and you know, there's a whole lot of talk online. I got involved with one sort of thread, and I gave my view on it. Not everyone's cracking. Some from Amazon are cracking, and where it is, I can't show you, overlay this, but where the actual bearing goes, there's little fine hairline cracks, right? So let me just talk a bit about this. Dave, we'll get to your question in a second. Thank you for that. Okay, being a forensic scientific investigator, where I was for 30 years after becoming an accountant, I became an accountant for the government and the equivalent of the IRS, the Australian Taxation Office. I was a senior, you know, I was a director in you know, special investigation, fraud and forensic accounting. I do a lot of work to look at why things happen, how they happen, and why they happen, and look at consistencies and inconsistencies. So when people are saying that the Cloudwheels, which I'll show you now, they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, they're heavy, suckers. Okay, so when I had a look at this, I looked at the core. There's no difference in size specs of the actual ratios of the core in here. I'm looking at mine now. Mine, I've done a full unbox, and I'll show you HD video of in here, straight from the box. There's no cracks, no nothing. Look, this is critical. There's a problem, I'll find out, and I'll need to let you know, because this is dangerous if it happens, right? And this happening, there's cracks in there, but I've worked out, I think, what might be the issue, and it's to do with this, okay? What I'm finding, okay, now there's nothing. I think these wheels are absolutely dope. This foam core, the design of this is so clever. You're talking about the actual core vibration through the foam will suspend that vibration, damper it. It's a brilliant concept, and it's at the back here. It's all the urethane's melted through the core of the ABEX. There's no way, from an engineering point of view standpoint, that will not break out. That's as strong as anything. What's happening, those little fine cracks are coming in on the edge of that. What people are doing, I think, this is what I reckon. I'm not saying it's good that feedback's come back and Cloudwheel have actually improved it. And there's a video which I show smashing it with a hammer, and they've gone for a high core DuPont plastic, which is virtually unbreakable. That's good, it's all good. But what happens is people, and I know this for a fact because someone did this, right? What I'm about to tell you will blow you away. People get a screwdriver and they pop these bearings out. They go, I don't want this cheap bearing. I want my bones, I want my Swiss, I want my, ceramics, whatever. They dig them out and they push the new ones in, and they go quite tight, and they end up getting the skate tool and bashing it because they are quite tight. And why they're tight? Because most of the bearings, I had 4 yesterday, measured them, they were within 500 microns out, which we're talking 8 thou to 15 thousandths of an inch, right? We're talking a quarter of a millimeter, not even that, maybe less. But they're out, right? They're all different, from the bones, the Swiss, they're all out. In fact, some I couldn't push on here. I'd had to open it by, 500 microns. When you put it into plastic like that, and you're forcing it hard, and you're sometimes tapping it in, you're gonna split them. You're gonna crack them, right? And I reckon what's happened, they've popped them out and they've gone, oh my God, I've cracked it. Put the old ones back in and started complaining, oh, brand new, and it's got a crack in there. Or the guys that haven't changed them like me, and I will not change them. I recommend do not change your bearings on, which is supplied with your Cloud wheels. They go for a ride, 300 Ks later, they take them out, put them in, they crack them there, and they go, oh my God, they're cracked. This is what I think is happening 100%, but look, at the end of the day, no one's there to open a box and say from the very beginning that it's done that, unless Amazon, the ones from Amazon, have put new bearings in and forced that crack. But that's logically, scientifically, and actually engineeringly wise how they will crack, by pushing in a tighter bearing. Anyway, we digress for a bit, but that's important because people are getting stuck into the Cloudwheel. I think they've done an amazing job. And by the way, if you want to know what happened, foamies weren't first. Cloudwheel were around a long, long time and supplied foamies to Slick, and then they went out on their own and got their own Cloudwheel. So they're all the same, okay? It's all the same thing. On the Cloudwheel, yeah, okay. Yes, now Kyle's saying they are thinner. I agree. The actual, when I measured inside there, the ABEC core, it is a bit thinner, I agree, and I had the other wheels, I didn't bring them down, did I? Or did I? Yes, I have. I've got another one. Here's another one. This is a classic, this is actually the Veststarboard, this is the hyperelastic. These are beautiful wheels. You look at that core on the ABEC, and this one, it's hard because it's black, but it's marginally thicker, just a little bit. Not much, but they are. So that could be some of the issues. But generally, if you leave them in there and ride them, and I will do that, and I'll get back to you guys at 100 Ks, 200 Ks, and 300 Ks, and just do a community post and say, yeah, mine haven't cracked, and take photos of it. So then it just gives you rest assured that there's probably nothing wrong with them in a way, but they could be as well. Of course, the boosted, has a lot more surface. Very clever design, the boosted, with those with the prongs go. So you actually have a lot more surface area there for the bearing, and the bearing will never crack that. So yeah, but yeah, hats off to Cloudwheel. It's a great design, incredible thing. So I'll be unboxing that. Now the reason I haven't unboxed it yet, I'm waiting on the gearing. Vic's sending me the fluoro gearing, which will go in there for the Verreal. So I'll be putting those on the Verreal and riding those and doing a range test as well as a speed and torque test, and I'll be using that on that. And then I'll put them, the Tramper, I've mentioned that because I've done 2 gigs tonight. I'm working out which one I haven't done. The Tramper one I'm going to put on. Please, someone tell me I've already mentioned the Tramper. All pneumatic tyre on this, which will be sexy as, and that's going to be an upgrade I'll do on this as well. Plus I'll get the fluoro yellow wheels for the Verreal. Okay, so okay, that's the Cloudwheels. Right, what's happening on the channel? I'll look at some comments now. Hey Luke, great to have you on board. Those look sick on the Verreal. Yeah, look, imagine how that's going to look. Look at that. Now, I'm a big fan of, I said, the wooden deck. I don't care how much it looks like a fucking Evolve. It's better than Evolve. I love that look. It's a Nockanui look. The green wheels on that is just going to look so good. Yeah, I'm all about style and class and looking how, look at me, style and class. But you know what I mean. I'm about looking at how you can get something to look like that. You look twice at it. That's my little shaka board, my traveling folding board. Everyone said, oh, it's a steel box under there. I took it to Europe. I went to Rome, Italy, I went to Milan, walking on my shoulder, that big steel, like pewter. It was like a Harley Davidson. Everyone stopped and said, what is that thing? What is it? You know, I said, oh, it's a folding skateboard. I opened it up. It was all steel and pewter and had everything all machined and, you know, nearly 2mm stainless steel. If I had a black casing, a plastic black casing on there, no one would look twice at it like a toy. So you just got to look at things, how you can change things and make it a bit stylish and make it a bit different and stand out from the crowd. It makes a big difference. Not just colour wheels will do it. That won't cut it. You got to think further than that. But yeah, this look is pretty damn sexy. So yeah, thanks for that. Awesome, Luke. From the UK, hello to the UK. Yes, Kamaru, I've talked to you. Now, guess what? Now, can you give me a thumbs up or a message? Were you talking about getting the stoke board and wanting to put the shark cage on the, I shouldn't call it a shark cage, but I call it the shark cage, on the back of the Verreal. I think you were talking about will that kit from Evolve work on the Verreal? Is that right? Just give me a yes. That was my question, and that's the guy. That's a good memory if I got that memory right with my 3,000 subscribers. But look, I might just answer that anyway. Okay, so look, if you are concerned about the motor sticking out like dogs' balls at the back, which they do, and they can be knocked easily, and you can lift the board up and nearly touch them on the Verreal because they're such a low profile board, I do recommend maybe if you're going to stick to street wheels, get that back kit, but you can't get it from Evolve. Evolve won't work with this particular truck system, but I found a guy, and I'd have to give him credit next time, who's got, someone's made an aftermarket one that will fit on this for the Verreal, right? So it has the cage on the back. So that will work. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments here. Yeah, Kyle's saying that he thinks I'm on the money with the popping the bearings in and out. That would, of course, do it. I mean, how else are they going to crack? I mean, that's how you crack something. You force something and you split it. I mean, it's not rocket science. Oh, there's me. I'm watching, actually seeing myself the first time. Hello. Sorry about that. I just touched my microphone. Okay, so that's the Cloudwheels. Will they work? I don't know. Certainly they look friggin' sexy. They look awesome. I love my 107 ABEC flywheels, fluoro green. You see them on the Evolve and the hill climb test. I love that look, but this is damn nice, I must say. So I'll just leave them there for you guys to look at, eye candy. Look, at the end of the day, you know, my job is simple as I love reviewing stuff. I was the guy at work who used to say to someone, oh, this got this new watch, it's fantastic, it works really well. And it comes across like a salesman, but I just want to impart my incredible find on someone else and talk about it. And because that's come through in my channel, I'm also very excited about showing what I've got that works for me. If it works for me, it'll work for you. And I've got 3,000 people who are dedicated to saying, Andrew, you're on the money, you get it right. You know, the Verreal, even the Cool Wheels were great little boards 4 years ago. They still go well. The Verreal F1 is a beautiful board. The V1S, I've got my same boards I forget, and the Team G is just a beautiful, that hub motor Team G on the H20 is a brilliant board. I'm getting the fluor orange wheels to go on that soon. I'll be cruising around that. That's such a beautiful board, that H20. If you want a really good solid hub motor, that is the go, and the Seeker X2, which is the most powerful board I've got, and it does these for breakfast. That Seeker X2 is friggin' dangerous. It's not dangerous, it's just fast and powerful. And those rubber tires, it's just mind-blowing. You know, if I want to race someone or do some eye candy, show candy stuff, and I'll take that on a group ride, I'll just blast anyone. It's just 0 to 43 kilometers in 4.2 seconds or something. It's just ridiculous. So that's the Seeker's coming up with the hill climb test. So what's happening on the channel. Hill climb tests on the Seeker X2. They're back in business. They're running. They had a big problem with the coronavirus, big problems in the family, and Easton had problems with shipping and getting parts. And I've been like, that's confused. And he's now up and running with heaps of X2s. They're the ones that Scott Davies, a friend of mine, he's got a great channel, check it out. Scott Davies did the inline one. We had problems with the bearings rattling, and Easton's got to put new bearings in on the new shipments, but that's still not sure about that. But my one didn't have any issues at all. That was a direct hub drive in the back. Beautiful board. Yeah, and he had problems, but now it's up and running. It's great. It's Vest 6 programmable, dual USBs. It's a bit XY, it's up there, you know, but you're getting a high performance solid board. It's a really nice look, and it's a good looking board. So hill climb on that. Hill climb on the Veststarboard BlackHawk, but I'll be doing the all terrain, so it may not get a great speed up there, but it'll be really impressive to see what it can do on the leaderboard, on my hill climb test leaderboard. I'll be doing the hill climb test on the Team GH20. I'll also be doing a long range test on this on Friday on the 12 amp hour battery, 12.8 amp hour Panasonic battery. Then we're moving on to doing the Super 73 bike. If you're not into bikes, nor was I. Hey Simon, welcome aboard. Good to see you in order, Verreal RS after your fever. Oh great, Simon, you ordered the Verreal. Congratulations, this is a bargain. This thing is just, these don't come around. As I said, I think Kerry Packer, one of our famous billionaires, once said, you only get one Alan Bond in your life. He was the guy that won the America's Cup and became a celebrity, and he went bankrupt, and he sold all this stuff to the multi-million-dollar Kerry Packer, and he said, you only get one Alan Bond in your life. You only get one Verreal like this in your life. This is pretty amazing. There's nothing wrong with the black. This is brilliant, but for the price, this is incredibly bang for buck. It's mind-blowing. After your feedback arrived, but I got the 20 Cloudwheels too, looking good. Okay, you got the Cloudwheels. We just talked about the Cloudwheels. If you missed that, you just come on board, Simon. Check out, replay it. This will be uploaded, because the last one I ran out of battery, and I talked to all the dudes before. Carl's sitting in for a second showing. Good on him. And and I couldn't save it to YouTube. So yeah, you can play it back and talk about the Cloudwheels. Okay, but the new ones coming out are called Discovery, or I've forgotten it now. I thought it was Discovery. Anyway, the new ones are going to come in 105 millimeters and 120 millimeters. Okay. They're going to go on the new Backfire G3 belt drive. I'm not getting that. Scott Davies is going to be reviewing that. You can check out that review on that. So that'll come standard. It's a smaller wheel, 105. I think that'll be really nice. But if you're going to go this, go big. That's what I reckon. Yeah, so I can't wait to test that. Gears are coming. Gearing's coming on. Vic sent the gearing 5 days ago, but God, what's happening with coronavirus? It could come any time. It could come in 2 weeks. So I'm still waiting on the booster wheels I ordered from him. Those they're still coming. It's been 5 weeks. So be patient, guys. There's a lot of shit going down with less airlines, less luggage, less space, but they're doing their best to get this stuff out. Okay. Okay, now on shipping, I'll tell you what's happening with them. Veststarboard is waiting on ESCs and waiting on the whole batch of all-terrain wheels. I just got that from WeChat from Emily about 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure if she's on watching this or not, but yeah, there's a delay on that for 4 days. So if you were going to ship out, there'll be a 5-day delay till they get those and whack them on. I suspect the ESCs will just go straight in. There'll be a bit of work to put them in, not much. So maybe a delay on that. The Verreal, I think Vic's got them all ready to go. He was waiting on something, but there is a new wheel coming. It's pretty exciting. I talked about that, and I can't say too much, but it's a mechanic wheel with a light thing. It's magnificent, mind-blowing. Lights right up. It's like a fluoro. they're going to be standard on them, not these. Okay, that's what's happening there. Okay, but if you get the new all-terrain, I think Vic's testing them. They're a yellow and they're ready to ship soon with the all-terrain. Maybe 3 weeks. I mean soon. I mean 2 weeks they'll be available. Drop-down menu on the website. I would suspect. I'll get onto that and find out. People were not people were not getting paid, just giving real reviews. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people. Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of people. I won't name them, but a lot of usual suspects in this game do charge for their reviews and ridiculous prices to the vendors, which is really cruel. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, if you're getting a board for free and you don't like it, you've got to tell the supplier and you've got to tell the clients, you've got to tell subscribers. You say, look, there's a problem with this and this, like I've done before with issues. But, you know, you shouldn't be charging the vendors exuberant prices of these reviews. I mean, I do 60 hours a week some weeks and I don't get paid a cent. I don't make any money on YouTube. It's a friggin' joke. I made $200 last year, I think, and I'm not going to do a Patreon page. I don't believe any of that bullshit. I just do this because I love helping people and I have changed so many people's lives. I've got people who said that I was, you know, overweight, I was not doing anything, I was depressed. My wife said I've changed, I'm making this, I'm doing that, I'm riding, I'm getting drones, it's changed people's lives. That makes it so worthwhile to me, and that's what I'm in this business for, this reviewing, because I love to help people, I love to change people's lives, to change my life, and if it can do the same thing for you, that's all I want back. It's just exciting. Yep. Sounds okay. Vladimir still... Oh, clear. Oh, yeah, sorry. Like Andrew's reviews, that's why. Thanks, Vladimir. Look, you know, I'm very honest. I do come across a talker and a bit of like a salesman. I'm not. I make no money. I get the boards, but, you know, big deal. That's not the work I do. For instance, I'll give you an example. The work I did on the SUV, that was the blue one, was close to 260 hours of editing, writing, days gone without seeing anybody, freaking out, working out till night, trying to get things edited, crashing, losing my stuff, my film, and having to go reshoot it, nearly crashed my drone. You know, it's not worth. I mean, the work I do is way over the price. I'd rather just pay for the board and just ride it and just couldn't give a stuff. You know, to me, it's more work getting it and having to do reviews. But the benefit is this: all these comments here make my day, and it just changes my whole. It makes me want to create better content and make better stuff for you guys, and this is what drives me. It's just mind-blowing, and this is my second ever live thing, so I'm really feeling the love, you know, and it's pretty cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, so people are talking about what you pay for them, and yeah, just be cool on these comments. Don't need to measure your dicks or piss in the wind. At the end of the day, someone's got a better story, a better board, whatever. It's cool. Everyone has their own thing. Everyone has their own journey. And, you know, that's so cool. And I love that. That's something everyone's got to do. And you just keep doing what you're doing. Don't, you know, I came from a surf background. And I tell you what, in the surf industry, I'll just let you guys know, there's none of this shit with comparing. I don't go on the East Skate Riders page as much. I will not go on Reddit, because the amount of backstabbing and competitiveness and this is better and I'm better and you're going to, it's just bullshit. And, you know, in the surf industry, everyone's just cool. Everyone accepts what you're doing, loves what you're doing. I mean, I just saw Tom Carroll, ex-pro surfer last week, world champion, and he's just telling me, I've got these foil boards and I'm doing this, and I thought, yeah, man, it should come for. And, you know, I can go, oh, well, foil boards are uncool, and what do you do that for? You know, it's just a different environment, the surf industry. Maybe we're a bit more laid back, but the guys got to chill a bit, some of the guys on this, and just, you know, be happy for everybody. Just be cool. I mean, there's no point in being, you know, pissed off or aggressive or competitive. Anyway, we've gone through that. Let's leave that one there. Park that one, okay? But anyway, that's what I'm saying. That's a very different industry. A lot of guys coming into sport for the first time, the helmet issues, got to wear this, got to wear that, da, da, da. You know, look, there's guys, I watched the super tryouts for the Olympics in Venice Beach Bowls last week, where the best skaters in the world in the US were doing somersaults, 780s, the full-on, you know, 20 feet in the air, flipping. Not one guy, this is just a bit of a digressive, not one guy was wearing a helmet. They're all wearing, you know, baseball caps, sloppy, floppy baseball caps backwards. When they fall on their feet, they run down the bankments. when you ride for 45 years, you know how to fall, you learn how to fall. Usain Bolt didn't wear a helmet when he was going 35 kilometers an hour on a very hard surface on the beginning, because you don't fall on your head. If you're on a bike or in traffic or you're riding a skateboard with cars, you've got to wear a helmet. And I recommend wearing helmets all the time. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit going on about everything, and just everyone's got to just chill and cool and just love the sport and get into it. And we're going well. So, I'm one of the full founders of this. I'm one of hopefully the great trekkers and the explorers, and brought this in. And I just want people to just enjoy it and have fun. And that's what's happening. It's moving, it's evolving into that, no pun, but into a more fun group thing, and everything's cool. So there we go. Now, I'll look some more questions. Okay, Matt, yeah, thank you. Good day. You're from France. I think you're French. I'm just checking. I know all my subscribers pretty well. I'm just looking here. Okay, Simon, love the reviews. Do you have any lights on the front of your Verreal RS? Yes, I put the Verreal. I put the original shred lights, and you can see the flat bracket just sits really tight to the board, and you've got to wedge that old shred light on. But I like it wedged in rather than cantilever down. Shred lights do have little washers, you can pack them out so you get your shred lights on, but I like wedging it in on the board. So original shred lights, original flat brackets, that's hard to say at 2 in the morning, 2:30, flat bracket. Okay, now what they are, they're the original boosted ones had a little bit of a little kink in them. They kink around a bit. But if you get the flat ones, you just pack them out with washers. But shred lights are great. I really love the shred lights. I'm still a big fan of them. So that's what I did on that. If the board will be missing and damaged in the middle of shipment, will I get bored? Still get bored. Okay, good. Darius, nice to meet you. Thank you. If a board gets missing, they've got to have insurance. I'm sure the suppliers all have insurance. They all have backup strategies to reissue it. It's not your fault if it gets lost. It's got to get to you. That's why I have tracking numbers. That's why you got to keep the tracking numbers and watch them. Always request a tracking number. I know it doesn't always happen, but get onto them. If there's a problem, get onto my email below, or find me on Instagram. My handle's Penman Zulu, whatever. It's all in the description field. Send me a message on Messenger. And Darius, if you have a problem, I can get onto the supplier, find out where they are. I'm doing that a lot now, finding where the trackings are. They are so busy. They're shipping out 40 of these boards a day, I think, from some of these factories. So they need to, they really need to kind of give you shipping numbers. That's critical. Okay, so I think you're covered, no problem. Okay, Veststar BlackHawk on 1st of March and still waiting. Okay, send me a message. I know for a fact that they're waiting on the tyres. I just said that before you've just come in, and they're waiting on the ESCs. There's been a shortage of that from the main supplier in Gauchow or whatever it was. So they're waiting. Veststar, Emily said she's waiting on the wheels, and that may be holding up your board. But let me know if it's left or not. We can track it. But they are taking a while. Vic's wheels have taken now nearly 6 weeks, the booster wheels to me. Still haven't got them yet. So the other ones arrived in 12 days. So it's just hit and miss the way these airlines are packing the cargo holes with this stuff. But you will get it. They're very reliable. Oh, you got the new shred lights, the SL200s. Fantastic, Darius. That are beautiful, beautiful lights. No problem at all. Thanks for this. I'm really happy to help you guys. I understand I'm now buying Veststar, Darius. Okay, right. Yeah, the Veststarboard, you can't go wrong. These are the BMW, in my opinion, companies coming out of China. Yes, I've mentioned the Backfires and the X-Ways are incredible companies, but these are boutique companies that take a lot of passion when they build these boards. I'm loving them. I'm loving these boards. This is all about today, just these two boards. So I had a lot of questions on which one will I get, which one would you pick, or whatever, and that's why I'm trying to do this video today on these particular boards. Okay, shred lights. I'll go back a bit here. Love the reviews. The lights are the best. The board will be pushing. Paying for these boards. I think I'm covering all the comments. If I've missed a comment, dudes, just put it in again, because I'm going from the bottom all the way up. Okay. The Backfire. Wow, go. I'm aiming for a bigger one. Look, the Backfire is a very nice board. The new belt drive coming out, the G3 belt, it's going to be really nice. But you know, you're getting to a point now where they're all the same. It's like 6.5. If I blindfolded you on this or this, you would know what you're riding. If I blindfolded you on this and this and an Evolve, you would not know, I swear to God, except for the screaming noise of the Evolve motor, and that'd be about it. Be careful with, my opinion, I'm not bagging, now Wowgo are great. I mean, there's another board I won't mention that's very similar to these. You know, it's a carbon version of a, you know, all-terrain. It's hasn't got the specs, hasn't got the battery, hasn't got the size motors, hasn't got the wheels, hasn't got the, you know, the honeycomb, and they want the same price. So be careful, do your research, make sure you know what you're getting, because I got stung so many times buying a board I thought was good and end up being crap. That's why this channel, this is the ethos and methodology. This is why I started this channel. This is my whole reason, because I was sick and tired that no one was doing good reviews. Like, thumbs up, 10 minutes, yeah, great, get paid, piss off. And I was getting left with a shithouse board, and I was getting more and more pissed off. And that's why I started this channel, to actually make, as we say in Australia, keep the bastards honest. What that means is, if I can bring, you know, a different angle of boards that you don't, like, I've got money, I can buy, I've got to drive Volvos and Saabs, and I can buy the best board, I can buy whatever I want, but I'm not a tight ass either, I'm not a cheapskate, but if I can find something cool that does it and does it well, bang, that's it, gone, show's over. So that's what this channel is all about. Thanks for the feedback, Darius, on the reviews. Yeah, look, you'll probably notice I did I'm doing my travel videos, coming through, filtering. I don't want to bore you with, you know, 1,000-yard stares while you watch these travel videos. But a lot of my friends and family watch the travel videos. But more importantly, those travel videos are all about showing you guys where to ride in Europe, and where you can and can't ride, and where you can take risks, where you can't take risks. We're talking Germany, Munich, Switzerland, Zurich, Paris, Bruges, Amsterdam, particularly, and then of course I went down to Italy. Now Italy, a big shout out to Italy. If you're watching, subscribers, God, you guys have done it tough. I can't express my sympathy for what's happened in Italy and Spain, as the UK and the States. You guys are absolutely been smashed. And the coronavirus is a very deadly virus. It gets into your lung, eats away parts of your lung. It's as indiscriminate and as unique as your own makeup of your own DNA. So be very careful. You could be 18 and get killed. You could be 85 and live. You can be, it's just, be very careful. This is deadly, okay? So Italy is struggling, and I went through Italy 6 months ago and did the whole thing, Milan, Florence, and I actually ended up in the Amalfi coast. And I just looked out the window one day with my Shaka board and went, holy shit, I think I can ride that road. My God, a bit sketchy, but I can do it. I went down road. I was the first person, as I know, and I still hasn't been challenged, and I am the first person to actually ride electric skateboard on the Amalfi Coast Road. And boy, did I get looks and whistles and hoots and what the hell? It's like Frankie Zampata and those jet boots going across the cliff, you know. It was just mind-blowing. And so I've got the video up yesterday. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's historic. It's the original first ride on the 22nd of August 2019 on the Amalfi Coast by me in the Shaka folding board. Check it out. It's really a fun video. It's a lot of good energy out of that. They'll be coming through with the next one, Milan, Florence. I'll be doing the Isle of Capri, and then of course Venice, where I actually rode my skateboard again in Venice. I don't know how I didn't get arrested, but it was just crazy. It didn't ride very far, but I went around the back. When I went to the big Basilia Square, I could have ridden it there for sure, but I would have got certainly busted. It was awesome fun. So I'll be the first person to ride a skateboard in Venice as well. That's going to be documented as well. So, and then I end up back in Rome, where I took that board around the Colosseum everywhere and had a ball. So look forward to those travel videos. If you go to Europe, get back to Italy and help them. Get over there and ride your skateboards. The roads are paved with gold. They're like super smooth glass. In Australia, man, we have corrugated concrete everywhere. We have shit, we have tiles. The whole of CBD is friggin' paving. I know why. They can dig up an area and just put the plumbing in and put the paving back down, but paving. So Europe is mind-blowing, and I'm going back 2021 pending the virus thing, and I'll be going right through some more cities, and I'd like to visit some of you guys and meet up. So that will be friggin' awesome, and I want to get back to Germany, and I want to do some trips on the river, and yeah, this will be great. Some more comments. Let's go through. Understand why I'm buying a Vesta. Yep, great. Congratulations on the Veststar, Darius. That's amazing. The backfire. Yep. UA $, but compared to other boards companies, Vestar's customer response was not that satisfactory. Really? Okay, I can tell you why in a second. BlackHawk felt that there was a need to improve customer response compared to well-made ones. Okay, yeah. Look, Veststarboard's owned by a husband and wife team, as I understand, and they've got a small team, but it's obviously Emily and Frank. Frank doesn't take much as part in the business, but Emily does all the work. She's brilliant. She's overwhelmed. I mean, there's a small team there. They're getting so many orders. I mean, not just from my review, but Scott Davies and a lot of other review. This is Ronnie's. This is a brilliant board, and they're just overwhelmed. So please understand that's not normally what happens. They're very efficient, and just keep sending back emails and just talking. And Tim, thank you, my man. Thank you. Tim's just given me $4. I don't want to, put pressure on me to give money. No, don't have to give money. He's such a cool guy. Tim, thank you so much from Canada. Yeah, that coffee I had yesterday was beautiful with your money. Thank you so much. I'll be having another coffee on you. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I have never got any money except for you and this one, so I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That's awesome. Makes me laugh. I love your whole logo. It's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, I'll get on to Emily and tell her she's got to provide tracking, she's got to provide email, she's got to get on to you guys and let you know what's going on, because it's just it's one of the most, that's what Vic does really well. He does do that, and I'm sure Emily normally would, but what's happening with the stuff is huge. The backfire light, waste of money. Yeah, Darius, yeah, they're pretty average. I went to Kmart, bought my rear lights, friggin' brilliant. It'll be on my Super 73 bike. Wait to see that when I unbox that next week. That is fucking the best toy ever. Okay, Don Juan, nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. Greetings, Andrew. I'm still waiting for New York. You're right. I'll be in New York. I'm going to go to New York. Now listen, stay safe. Don Juan, be very careful. This thing is deadly, okay? Just stay. I was talking to Vitali from Portable Electric Vehicles. He's a mate of mine, another YouTuber. He's scared as hell. Everyone's frightened. Just stay low, keep low, and just be careful. I'll be over there. I'll ride with you guys. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to having a ride. It'll be great. A lot of good subscribers in New York. You guys are hardcore skaters, and it really is one of the epicenters of the modern electric skateboard, thanks to Casey and Sam Sheffer. So it really has put you guys on the map. And really, Australians, and here with Evolve and Fix Skateboards, who came out very early on, and Epic Skateboards in Queensland were the forefathers of this sport before anyone, before Booster, before Evolve. Fick, big shout to Fick and Epic Skateboards with the pro surfers like, I'm just looking here, sorry. Top pro surfers in the world. Mick Fanning have all been riding training on the Epics and training on the Fick, and it's just an amazing company. Well, they didn't grab the baton, and Evolve grabbed it and went. So, but you guys in New York are doing incredible. Okay, I'm going to take some time to talk about these comments, so I won't bore you with all my rubbish. I'm an Italy fan for tourism and sightseeing. My mate aboard. If you're okay, Vladimir, you're in Italy or you're not in Italy? But I'm going to think of doing an Amalfi coast tour. This is what I'm thinking of doing. Right, check this out. Right, get about 20 people, maybe 15. Right, you all pay in. We all pay our own money. Go to the Amalfi coast. We stay in the hotel that I was staying in, 3-star. Looks like a 5-star. I'll take you guys around and we'll ride from Positano to Priano on that cliff road, which is like frigging glass, and then come down the beach, have a swim, we'll get video. It'd be like a golf tour or a ride tour through the Italian Alps, but that is an untapped place, and that would be fucking amazing to do a trip over to Amalfi and take a bunch of guys out. That would be something I might look at doing, and vlogging that whole experience would be just wild. The Amalfi Coast, mate, that was so stunning video. Great. Thank you so much. I only had the limited time there, and I only had a shitty selfie stick that broke. I was at the end of my 60-day European tour, and I was really floundering with what equipment I had, but I was happy with what came out at the end. The 360s are coming, where you'll be able to see. It's an average 360 camera. I will invest when I get some more money into a better camera, and do that for you guys and help you see some better stuff. Yeah, understand why you don't buy the most expensive boards. One is also want to share this happiness. Yeah, why pay? Look, can I tell you one saying that's really important? That is, just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's high quality, okay? That's the biggest myth bestowed upon the customer by the very clever marketer. That's a really important saying that was made by, I think, some executive in advertising in the 50s. Maybe I made it up in my head. Nah, I heard it somewhere. It's true. I always want to buy something good because I think it's expensive, it's well made and that. I was going to buy a BMW till everything went wrong with my sister's car, and it's called BMW, and I ended up getting a Saab, and I love it. And my Volvo XC90 is a beast and hasn't missed a beat. I mean, someone's going to have to pay a lot of money to get high quality, and that's what I'm finding with these. And I'm boots on the ground, guys. I'm riding these every day. I'm retired. I don't work anymore. And I ride them every day while you guys are working and look at your families and out with your girlfriends, where I'm doing this for you and telling you, there's a problem or something's happened. Yeah, alarm bells go off, I'll let you know, and I'm the canary in the cage for you. And you're part of my tribe. You're the Zulu tribe now. You're part of my tribe, a Zulu tribe. My subscribers are very loyal. Thanks for looking after me. Thanks for watching my back. Thanks for covering me in situations where someone might have a go at me and backstab me, and some a salesman or China. Some guy said, oh, China Andrew, and I got really offended. You know, I'm just trying to help people, and you know, if I can help someone who can't afford a board and doesn't want to get ripped off like I did, that's made my day. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, yeah, Cameron, you can get the Cloudwheels on the, definitely get the Cloudwheels on the BlackHawk. You just need the gearing. Kyle, on this, you can communicate with Kyle. Harvey, he's done it, he's got it, you can do it. I've said to you before, personally on the PM, on Instagram or something, you don't really need to worry. This is the bee's knees. These wheels, wait till you ride them. Freaking amazing. If you've already got it, you don't like them, you want the Cloudwheels, I get it, that's fine, no problem at all. Sorry, it's 2 in the morning, my eyes getting a bit watery. Okay, let's have belts. Loving the channel, man, thank you so much. Belts, yeah, thinner belts on the BlackHawk, thicker on the Verreal. You ain't gonna notice it, it's no big deal. The Verreal has CC milled metal gearing, where the BlackHawk has plastic. I got Vic to improve the gearing to fit in really well on these boosted, so he's done all that. I've given a lot of feedback on all that. Yeah, people are answering themselves, they're helping. Thanks guys for helping, this is great. Yeah, the 250 belts, you do for the street. Okay, thanks so much, Darius, that's really good. Vladimir, Bulgaria, yeah. Yeah, Vladimir, you've been to Italy. I've never been to Italy. I've never been anywhere in the world except for Hawaii, 12 times surfing, North Shore. I go to Indo all the time, which is Indonesia. Surfed all the waves. I surfed Uluwatu in 1974, 77, 78, 3 years after Jerry Lopez surfed Uluwatu. I was one of the first guys to surf it. I was the first guys to surf Belangen, Bingen. I trekked all up to Madawi back in 77. We're talking the Vietnam War just finished. I did all that shit, and I've done a lot of traveling through surfing all around California, Venice Beach, Zuma Beach. I've been to, Fiji, everywhere, South Africa. But I hadn't been to Europe, which you believe. I'm 59 in 3 months' time, nearly 60, and I loved it. So yeah, Italy is beautiful. I'm just going to take my board there next year and ride all through Europe. Yeah, you don't get caught by cops. I went past 24 police in a group in Munich, flying on my skateboard, and they just laughed. One guy could speak English, and he just said, I would not know how to fine you. I don't know what it would be. So don't get scared off by it. Just get your skateboard, be cool, just be fun and have a ride, and don't stand out too much. Andrew, off the back of this, I'm looking at getting a V-board. Batteries give. Cameroon, yeah. If you want longer range, this is a 630 watt hour battery. It's the 35E cell, which has got virtually zero voltage tag. I did 43 kilometer range. I nearly weigh 100 kilos, 95. That was gunning it on these big, spongy all-terrain honeycomb wheels. So that's a pretty good result. That's impressive as. So you won't have any problems. If you're going to have the Cloudwheels, you'll get more range. I think Veststarboard are looking at doing a bigger battery than a 17 amp hour, but Vic's going to do a 19 amp hour battery on this with a slightly bigger casing. He's looking at doing that and maybe changing the shape of this. So if you like that deck, which I love, it's just like my Evolve one. I love that deck too, Evolve limited edition. If you like that spooned in, which is like the land yachts, you can feel that with your feet when you close your eyes. You know where you are. If you like that, order it now, because I think Vic might be changing it to a wider one. This is hot off the press. I know all the stuff because I talk to these guys. So yeah, 19 amp hour, David. Yeah, seriously. But can I tell you something? I mean, I'm pretty fit. I mean, I'm really fit, but after 47 kilometers riding on this 143, on the, what did I do? On the Veststarboard night fear, I did 47 kilometer range. I was pretty stuffed. I was gone. It is exhausting. Standing on one of these things, you just touch your fingertips on your stomach while you're riding. Just touch your fingertips one day and you feel what's happening there. Your core is moving all the time. I laugh when people say to me, oh, you're lazy, electric skateboard rider. Well, these dudes have got bad knees, knee replacements. All these guys are flicking and ollie and flicking their boards and going on handrails. They all got knee replacements at 40, and they, even my knees are not good at the moment at 60, and I'll probably need a knee replacement at some point as well from surfing and playing squash. But this thing will protect your knees. You won't have to wear them out. Do not run. Do not go running. Look after your knees. As a 60-year-old man, I'll warn you, young guys, you don't live forever. Your joints don't last forever. Do not just run. Do not run. Walk. Be cool. Get on these things. Protect your joints, because this will last you. You'll be a 80-year-old man running then, not now. Okay, so yeah, so you feel the core work on this thing. Do you want to go more than 44 kilometer range? Yeah, if you've got a big group and you go group ride, you want to stop, have coffee and go again, yeah, sure. But get a fast charger. Vic's got a 4 amp fast charger for this. That'll give you a full charge in probably maybe an hour. If you have a coffee and lunch, it might nearly do that. Yeah, the fast chargers will be coming with the Vestar. So yeah, fast charger, better than big battery. Heavier, chunkier to carry around. It's all swings and roundabouts kind of thing, right? Try CrossFit. Yeah, Dave, I don't think so. I'm too old for that shit. Surfing. Well, surfing's quite full on. When I go out for a surf, and people say, I took up surfing and I had to go and I couldn't even get out past the white water. I couldn't. I don't know how you guys do it. Yeah, upper body strength and paddling. You just get that. You get that memory muscle, and you just get it like a golfer off one or an A-grade tennis player. You do this all your life. You sort of get good at that. But CrossFit, incredible. Yeah, now, you've ever wanted to visit Poland? Poland, I've got to get to Poland, Darius. 3 places, Ukraine, town, Sika, Warsaw, skaters. Oh my God, yeah, I know Poland's I've got a fair few subscribers in Poland. If I haven't, tell them about me. I've got to get over there. Poland's got some shit hot, skaters, and not just electric skaters, but skate riders. And it's a really fast growing sport, more than ever there. So congratulations, and big shout out to Poland. So we got anyone we've got New York, we got San Francisco, we got California, we got London. I think we got some London. The longer I hang on there, I think people might even pop in more. But look, I don't want to bore you guys forever, and I might actually be loading this up to YouTube. So some poor sucker will be sitting there eating their lunch, watching this thing for an hour, going, what the hell did Penman do 3 a.m. in the morning? But I'm just trying to get all the questions answered, because laying on the lounge upstairs is exhausting, doing like 300 messages. So this is a good way for me to kind of get these questions answered, and you're hearing it, it's like a personal consultation, and you can ask questions. So that's pretty cool. Here we go. Yeah, so smash that like button. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, smash the like button. Why don't you? I don't give a shit about like buttons or views, or I don't give a shit about subscriber count, really. That's probably the only one I do worry about. I like to keep my subscribers. I like to look after you guys. Like I said, Zulu Tribe, we're all part of this. I might get some merch and some Zulu shield with, I've got a great idea, like it'll be staff or Team Rider Zulu. That looks so cool to wear, like Team Rider staff or Pro Rider or something. Get those made up. That'll be so funky. I'll try and get those made up and sell them. As cheap as I get them for, I'll sell them to them. I won't make any money. I get a government superannuation pension for life. So a bit of background, I don't need to really work, I've retired, and I live alone. My daughter's in Queensland, she's 29, it was her birthday 2 days ago. So big shout out to Georgie. She wouldn't be watching this. I think she'd be sitting there just glazing over going, Dad doesn't know how to stop talking. But she is on YouTube. She's on Instagram. She's like an influencer. She does all this stuff. And it's like a mini Tim Robbins. She's got the Women's Collective. She helps people, young girls get ahead and does a lot of live stuff well before me. But I've been doing this way before her. But yeah, I'm really proud of her. Anyway, I got carried away. But my daughter, yeah, she's doing very well. So I've only got the one daughter. And yeah, so Sydney, Australia, here we are on the northern beaches. And if you don't, sorry about that, touch my microphone. If you ever in Sydney and you want to catch up and have a ride, I'm more than happy to meet you guys in the city, take you for a ride. I've got plenty of time, but let's move on to what's happening on the channel now, coming up. Okay, yeah. Vladimir's asking, is it possible to someday to review the eBike 11107 wheels with the both on both boards in the near future? Okay, I've got the eBike 107s. You've seen those fluoro green ones. I did it on the hill climb test on my Evolve Limited 1. I still love that board, even though I've knocked Evolve a little bit. But I'm not knocking, I'm saying in comparison, there's not, you know, Evolve can't stand too high on their morals because these things are snapping at the heels for the price, you know. I will do that, I'll put them on. But this will kind of give a good indication. 107, 120, it's a bit bigger, but yeah, I'll definitely do that, Vladimir, that'll be great. It's fun here on the channel. Thanks, Carl. Carl, you are a electric skate bloody killer. You got like the Raptor, you've got you got about 5 boards and you just kick butt on the board. So I like to have guys on this channel that are serious skaters, people who are serious thinkers. I'm not here to pander to rubbish or to egos. It's all about me helping people, and you know, this is just free information, free help, free advice, and a good direction where to go, what to do. So yeah, I don't know how long I'll be doing this, forever, or I don't know what'll happen. It just depends on, you know, what happens. But while I'm here, I'm on your side helping you guys, so more than happy. So look, what I'm going to do now, I think at this point now we've gone a fair long, what's the time frame on this? I don't even know, there's no clock ticking here. Okay, I'm going to talk about what's coming up on the channel quickly. I bought the Super 73 bike. Fuck. I wasn't going to buy it, and that video is going to be pretty epic. It's going to be a fun video. I go in there seriously to just look at the dot board, which I just wanted to have a look at and maybe review. It's a click-on battery, new Melbourne company. Looks pretty nice. Is that finished? No, it's still going. Okay, I'll put that in there. Fair enough. It's now an iced coffee. Yeah, I had a look at that, and I saw the Super 73. I had an iron it before, and you know, in the likes of, you know, Post Malone and Will Smith and Casey Neistat, Sam Shepard, whatever. It's a cool, funky thing. You're in an esteemed company. You know, it is a friggin' nice bike. It is weird to pedal, and it's got high, you know, but you just to cruise around Manly. I'm on the northern beaches, not far from Manly. It's one of the epicenters of surfing and culture, and it's the Venice Beach of Sydney. It is really, the North Shore of Sydney is just beautiful. It's like a peninsula, and it's like a Manhattan Island. You're only one way in, the Spit Bridge, and 2 ways in from the west, and that's it. It's a very, you know, they call it the Silvertails. It's more the upmarket part of Sydney. Sorry if you live on the south side. Yeah, and Manly is just my absolute dream. I can see it from my veranda. I live only about, you know, 2 kilometre ride on a skateboard. I surf at Curl, one of the most epic places to surf. Northeast trade winds, beautiful peaks. So I live in God's country. It's breathtakingly beautiful here. But when you cruise around on a Super 73 around Manly, it's kind of, yeah, it's a funky thing. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys it, and I've done some modifications. I've just done some unboxing videos tonight. Been on this table for 6 hours so far with a lot of intros, changing shirts, etc., to get those videos presented for the intros for you guys. And I'll do the field footage when I'm out there. But Super 73 is an awesome bike. It is absolutely shit hot. I mean, it's big money. We're talking 3,000 Australian dollars, but that, you know, I'll just eat rice for 2 weeks and I'll just buy that. And I went in and I bought it. And you wait to see the video, it's really funny because I didn't expect to buy it. And this is what happens when you do live video. Not live video here, but live video in the shop. So big shout out to Ben Buckler. If you're watching Ben, it is an amazing place. They've got stand-up pedals, they've got the boosteds, and they've got the Evolves, and they've got the new dot boards. But more importantly, they've got the Super 73 bike. And it is absolutely, I've got the military green one, like something like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or something that Steve McQueen would be jumping over the fence in The Great Escape. It's friggin' beautiful. Yeah, it's pretty army green stuff, something you'd see the SAS in Afghanistan right around the hills. So that's what I'll be unboxing this week. We've got the hill climb test, we've got the long range test. Quick look at the comments because they're coming through now. Justin, nice to have you aboard. Thanks for popping in. Cool Wheel Man, yes. Just received the BlackHawk and watching your videos. The first board, I'm addicted. Thank you so much. And look, there's the testimony, guys. You don't have to even friggin' listen to me. Just listen to these guys. These are real people. Yeah, thanks. Congratulations, Justin. This is a BMW. They're both the BMW, you know, Audi, you know, whatever. Vladimir, such live videos should be more. Yeah, look, you know what? The coronavirus has shifted the ballpark. Look, you know, podcasts are great, but people like to actually see shit and actually look at stuff and see the interaction. Like I'm actually sitting with you in your house and having a little chat to you and one-on-one. And I think I'll do more of these. It's a lazy man vlog, I'll be honest, because I don't do any editing, no music, no nothing, just no drone. I can just talk, and this ridiculous mechanism machine just loads it up. So. I don't think anyone will watch this later. It'll be pulling and dragging the bar across the whole time. But yeah, I'll do more of these because I think it's really important to disseminate the information from the horse's mouth, straight from the coal pit, and I can let you know what's going on. Fun on your channel, 9 boards. Okay, hi Andrew. Look, this channel's all about fun, light, happy, the music, the whole thing, the drone. I'm trying to make this an environment, a place to go where it's happy, a happy place. A bit of a mini Top Gear show with one presenter, but you know, it makes it fun, a little happy place to go, to feel happy and light, great music, good drones, showcase stuff, and get the best advice. That's really what this is about. So if you find that and you're happy, yeah, just spread the word and let people know. Andrew, what serial battery gives the longest range? I wanted to purchase one. Went to Veststarboard BlackHawk 2. Serial battery. The best range is a 35E. That is the best, without a doubt. I mean, I've all gone for 18650s. I went, can't see my button. Yeah, alarm bells. I mean, 18650s are great. I understand what Jeff's doing. It's got a good range. It pulls the range better than the LiPos they had, but my LiPo has a punch to it. It just extracts so much amps when you need it, so it bites like crazy. So does the new GTR, but not as much. I've ridden the GTR, wasn't that impressed, but having said that, the 35E has a slow draw rate, so that is the one to get. And the new Tesla, and the 21700s, that is a really good battery too. Either of those, if you're going to build a battery kit, that's the go. Having said that, Zill from Zill Boards has got the oxide, graphene, and carbon batteries coming. A mixture like Kentucky Fried Chicken, herbs and spices. I've never seen anything like it. He's the guy that's going to be bringing the Zill board out again, Generation 2. It is coming. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I've got nothing. I'm just a reviewer, but I've seen the prototype, I've seen the metal one, it's like an Audi, and it's just mind-blowing. It is coming. I'll have the motors on my channel, the actual embossed with, you know, Zill, all pink accents and pewter. It's just like a Harley Davidson. These motors are vortex cooling, sucking, 6-bearing motors. They're not from the Eastgate industry. They're from the friggin' drone industry. And drones, boys, are light years ahead in motors and light years ahead in batteries than the Eastgate riders. I don't care how cool you are, what you build, how amazing you are, man, you're light years behind the drone boys. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. In fact, X-Way have just brought in a battery that, you know, will go down to 60% and hold itself there, just like the DJI's had 3 years ago. Okay, so that's what I recommend there. Vladimir, Bucks 73 is cool, no doubt. Yeah, it is expensive, Vladimir, but look, you know, think of it compared to golf clubs or a surfboard. Like a surfboard's 1,200 now. You're not looking at much more for the technology on that thing. It's all made in, I'll go through the whole thing, made in hand built in San Francisco. Guys coming out of Stanford University, they're gurus, tech gurus. They're the best coming out of Silicon Valley. The batteries are brought over. They actually hand build the batteries in those little tanks in California. They're not made in China. They're actually a source there, but built. It is. I've ridden it. The pedal assist has. It's like the one wheel. It does 175 things per second. The one wheel. That's how sophisticated that sensor is, or the whole circuit board. This Super 73 does something very similar. It's intuitive. It's mind-blowing to ride, and you'll see why I bought it straight away. Crazy. Okay. Getting Cloudwheels installed. More importantly, balanced, so they're going to be not fun. Have dual mode. Metro board. Yeah. Look, Tim, you got the Metro board. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have such a good setup. That's going to be like a bloody Aston Martin. That's going to just kick butt. Fantastic. Vladimir retracted message. Oh, it's cool. Andrew, make review the Zill board. I'm sure Vladimir. Yeah, the Zill boards. The Zill board will come. It's going to come in a oxide graphene battery with no voltage sag. It'll be about only a 40-kilometer range, but it'll be a fast charge where it'll charge fully charge, well, not fully, that can only charge, the fast charge that Zill will charge to 80% in around about, you ready for this? 17 minutes. 17 minutes will fully charge 80%, and then it will slowly trickle up. It'll have 2 ports for the fast charge and non-fast charger. It's like an alloy compressed deck sandwich thing, like an Audi. It's the Audi board, they did that, and the truck system that Zill's designed is like nothing I've seen before. He reckons he woke up in the middle of the morning and just did a sketch at 3 in the morning and he had a dream about it. I mean, that's his story, and I kind of believe it. He's a bit of a mad scientist. He lived in a village where Tesla was born in Croatia, and he's been an Aussie boy here. So Frank is a brilliant designer, and that Zill board will come out, and probably, I'd say sooner than later. It's getting there. It's just a lot's happening with him and work and all stuff. He works full time as well, but he's also doing a lot of stuff to help the Eastgate community in Sydney, building oxide graphene batteries. They've been showcasing those with no voltage sag, 50-kilometer range on the Evolves. He's even done the membrane that you pour in with a membrane that lifts the Evolve casing off half an inch, that incorporate his oxide graphene batteries, which is an upgrade that's only about 600 Australian dollars, which will shit on the Evolve set battery you get from Queensland and just whack in, and it's the same technology again. This is just astounding. So that's all coming as well. Getting Cloudwheels still, more importantly, balance. Make sure I'm reviewing. Yep. So I think we're quieting down now in the comments. Maybe you guys are falling asleep, or it's 4 in the afternoon in Europe, and think it's 8 o'clock, and maybe you're at work now. Guys, I think that might wrap it up. I don't know what more I can say than thank you so much for everything, and for your support. This channel is going gangbusters. I'm really happy with how it's progressing, but more importantly, you know, it's just, I enjoy doing this, and I really love helping people. Retired 4 years ago. Doesn't seem like retired. This is more work than I was doing when I was working as a corporate executive director in the tax office. So it's just yeah, it's mind-blowing fun. So guys, look, I'll do these probably the moment with coronavirus. You guys are all home. There's plenty of time to sit around and watch this, and so yeah, I might do more of these, which would be really good. I'll do them probably maybe once every 3 weeks at least, and give you updates and stuff. So you look sleepy. Yeah, I'm getting tired now. It's 3 a.m., 3:15 in the morning, so I am getting tired. You're probably trying to wind me up, David. Fair enough. I've got to wrap up now. Love your work. Thanks for coming. Yeah, awesome, guys. I think that's going to be it. So look, what I'll do is I'll sign off now, and we'll post this up to YouTube so people can watch it later and have a look at it. If you've missed something, you can rewind it and watch it. All I'll say, if you've got problems with in the boards I'm recommending, and if you are one of my subscribers, I'm more than happy to help you by corresponding or getting onto the, you know, Vic, or, you know, Emily, or, you know, Easton from Seeker, or Frank from Team G, or whatever. I've got that connection because I'm a reviewer, and I can access them, and I'll be able to chase your board up, find out where they are. But please be patient. The coronavirus is causing massive headaches for airlines and deliveries. So yeah. just make sure you just be patient, but get the tracking number, keep an eye on it. Let me know if there's any problems. If you've got any problems with the boards or anything, just we'll go from there. And you shouldn't have. These things are tanks. They'll go on forever if well looked after. Guys, thank you so much. That is it for me. And I really appreciate all the input, all the support and the interaction today. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great week, and I'll look forward to showcasing the next video, which will be the Super 73 and then the long range on the Verreal, and then the Cloudwheels will come after that. And we've got hill climb test on this, the BlackHawk hill climb test on the Seeker X2, which is up and running, factory's working, and that is a great board, and it is well worth looking at that one if you want a hub, powerful, grunty thing. Okay guys, that's it for me. Love your work. I'll see you next time. Happy skating, safe skating. I'll see you next video.